Brothers and sisters in Christ, friends, today's passage is taken from Psalm 46, verses 1 to 3. Psalm 46, verses 1 to 3. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth gives way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. The world is now facing an unprecedented crisis, the COVID-19 pandemic. Our lives are greatly affected. There are many uncertainties, and we are filled with fear. In the face of this crisis, what are we to think and feel? Will we lose hope? The Bible is full of passages that reassure us that as believers, we have hope. We know God and we know His unfailing love for us. In every circumstance of life, we can be confident that we have a strong hiding place that we can run to, a shelter from every storm in our lives. The passage for this morning, Psalm 46, verses 1 to 3, is one of such. We are not certain of the author of the psalm. It is ascribed to the sons of Korah. We are also not certain of the occasion on which the psalm was written. But evidently the psalmist was in some sort of great difficulty and crisis. And when it was felt that his only refuge, his last hope, was in God. The main theme of this psalm is that amidst a great crisis, the people of God need not be afraid. There is to us an infinite protector. Psalm 46 has been called Luther's psalm. When Martin Luther was involved in the Reformation, he faced great opposition and danger. And when the friends of Reformation were discouraged and sad, he would ask them to sing Psalm 46. Based on this Psalm 46, he wrote the well-known hymn, "A Mighty Fortress is Our Lord." Right from the beginning, the psalmist gives the reason why we will not fear. Psalm 46, verse 1, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear. Two things are mentioned here about God. He is our refuge and He is our strength. A refuge is a place where we can run to for safety in times of danger. A place where we can take shelter when under siege. A place that provides protection and even comfort in a time of crisis. And if there is a need to take action, a refuge provides us a firm place to stand and fight. We are able to trust God when we know that He is our refuge. We need not fear situations that threaten our well-being. There is no situation that we face that is out of God's control. In short, the best place to be is always right with God, our refuge. God is our refuge, however, does not mean that we will never face difficulty or dangerous situations. Jesus' disciples faced a violent storm, even with Jesus in the boat. They were terrified, but Jesus, their refuge, calmed the storm. In John chapter 16, verse 33, Jesus assured us. He says, in this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. In me you have peace. The reality is that in life we will have difficult times, but God promised us to be our refuge. In Him we have peace. When we follow God's will, we can face even the most dangerous situation with confidence because God is with us. No matter what our circumstance, the safest place to be is always to be with God, our refuge. Now, besides being our refuge, God is also our strength. This implies that when faced with a crisis, we are often weak and defenseless. We may be confused and do not know what to do. But God is our source of strength. We can rely on His strength as if it were our own. And because we can rely on God's strength, we can rely on God as our strength, we have confidence and we will not fear. In Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10, the Apostle Paul advises us to be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. We are to take comfort in God and be strong when things look bleak and threatening. Besides saying that God is our refuge and God is our strength, the psalmist also tells us that God is an ever-present help in trouble. Ever-present means that He is always there. God is our help whenever and wherever we need it. He is an ever-present help, any place, anytime, any situation. Ever-present also implies that God is able to fully help us in our time of need. Our confidence is because we know and we are conscious that God is near and is able to help us. The psalmist uses the upheavals of nature to stress his confidence in God. Though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the sea, though the sea water roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging, we will not fear. So, brothers and sisters and friends, In this period of the COVID-19 pandemic, what are we to think and feel when our lives are affected by a crisis of worldwide proportion? Faced with our vulnerability, will we lose hope? Will we ever be able to live like before again, be normal again? How can we help each other through this crisis? Even as we are surrounded by uncertainty and fear, remember this: God is our refuge. God is our strength. God is an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear. One important observation: to make use of a refuge, first of all, you must know that it exists. You must know that there is a refuge. You must know where it is. You must know how to get to it. And of course, you must have confidence that it truly provides protection and safety. So the sentence, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble, is not just a statement of facts. It is a language of relationship. Out of a personal relationship with God, the psalmist could proclaim with confidence, God is our refuge. God is our strength and ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear. In order to benefit from God as our refuge and our strength, in order for God to be our ever-present help, brothers and sisters and friends, we must know Him. We must have a close relationship with Him. We must have faith in God. This psalm encourages us to hope and trust in God. Trust in His power. Trust in His providence. Trust in His presence with us in the worst of times. So if we keep close to God and have Him as our refuge and strength, we will not fear. We have no reason to fear. Our prayer is that we will trust God deeply and completely, especially during this uncertain time of crisis. May God bless each one of us. Amen.